In the second half of 2019, many of the best decks in Duel Links were released. Cybernetic Rebellion and Spirit of the Beast gave us full-powered Crystron, a synchro deck that can be played on the opponent's turn. Dark Dimension dropped Alistair the Invoker, which would find its way into many different decks and find numerous tournament and KC Cup tops. And finally, Soul of Resurrection brought us Shiranui's, a synchro deck that uses the graveyard to pump out powerful synchro boss monsters. 2020 is almost over, and these decks have continued to reign supreme on the metagame, even after the introduction of a new world and a new summoning mechanic. For a game with new bots releases every single month and consistent ban lists, for 3 decks to remain top tier for years straight is absolutely crazy. While some decks have come and gone, it feels as though we've been playing the same exact cards in the same way for what feels like an eternity. There are 2 ways to create a new format. Either completely power creep the old cards or ban/restrict the old strong cards to weaken the top tier strategies to make way for new decks. While Duel Links has definitely hit each of these 3 strategies in some way, it has clearly never been enough. The problem is that after knocking down the power level of the big 3 decks, even going so far as to put an archetypal main bots UR on the ban list for Invoked, pretty much nothing has come along that even matches the strength of these decks. They really gave us Shards and expected it to even come close to the power level of Crystron? That's just absolute insanity. If Duel Links doesn't want to completely destroy these older decks, then we have to think about what kind of decks can even compete with these top tier strategies. Invoked's strengths are not just its ability to be a 1-card fusion, which makes it very splashable, but also use the opponent's graveyard resources, which is great disruption, and its ability to make some of the most powerful fusion monsters in the game. Crystrons can consistently plus on resources with Crystron graveyard effects, and they're also extremely consistent, and their synchro toolbox is basically unmatched with cards like Samurai Destroyer, Black Rose, Quarion, and Amatrix. Shiranui doesn't even need monsters on the field to synchro with, the true 0-card synchro. Also, their non-tuners have effects when they are banished, leading to even more pluses. Finally, the synchros they are making are really powerful, especially Shogun Saga, which can have astronomically high attack values, and Sun Saga, which can protect your Shiranuis multiple times per turn, if you have the resources for it. If we've learned anything from these top tier decks and the direction that Duel Links is heading, then it should be obvious that multi-card combos are not the future of the game. Being able to have an accessible, consistent 1 or 2 card combo is much better for climbing and winning events than a deck with a more powerful combo that relies on more cards. It's why a deck like Karakuri's was able to find a home in the current metagame, where many other decks that came out in 2020 could not. Merging being able to search whatever combo piece you're missing and facilitate huge pluses, while also having the added consistency to access Merchant with Cash or skills like Draw Sentinel Level or Restart, makes the deck top tier in an otherwise stagnant metagame. Decks moving forward need to be simple in their base combo, but have ways of extending their plays to make the deck stronger, but aren't mandatory for the deck to be top tier. This format has been going on for far too long. While I've had plenty of fun playing these decks in the past year, especially Shiranui in the recent KC Cup, they're just so much better than the rest of the other decks that it's really not worth cracking open new boxes. Though it can be fun to have some rogue tier decks that come out of boxes once in a while, in 2020 there has really only been about 2 boxes that have shaken up the metagame to any meaningful degree, which is Sorcery, which brought Witchcrafters, which are now unplayably weak after being neutered on the September 2020 ban list, and Arena of Sanctuary, which revived Karakuri's, which also used to be a top tier strategy back in 2019, so it's not really a new deck per se. This format we've been trapped in needs to end. It's time to hit the reset button on the metagame and let new decks take the reins of the metagame, especially to promote the new Zetzel world. With the KC Cup over, it's only a matter of time before we get a new ban list and eventually a new boss, and I really hope Duel Links absolutely destroys the meta as we know it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave them down below, and if you enjoy this kind of content, consider subscribing to the channel, and I'll see you in the next video.